What's up, Stushes? You don't know who it is. Nisha Marie at the top gal coming to the top gals. Your fave. We're keeping it spicy, keeping it classy, and always a step ahead. And if you ain't on the vibe, you about to be. Listen, we doing a voiceover today. Yep. So I'm playing with new makeup that I got from the Sephora sale. And so going in with an OG primer. This is the Danessa Myricks blurring balm powder in the color Universal. That is just the best primer. I haven't had it in a while, so I just decided to go ahead and get it. And I definitely had to go in with my under eye cream. It's like a must, and I find that I get very minimal creasing when I follow this step. In this particular video, I was using my Caudalie Vinoperfect under eye cream. Really love it, very hydrating. So let's get into it. I picked up the Mcgrath 1990 Ultra Fine Eyebrow Gel Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. So I saw this in a recommendations video by Ariel Ash here on YouTube. And so this is a microphone, excuse me, not a micro fine gel pencil that helps to fill and define the brows. And so I typically go in with an eyebrow gel before the pencil. And sometimes the ABH one that I'm using now, it has trouble giving me clear defined lines. So I really like how this goes on to my brows on top of the texture of the eyebrow gel. It really provides me clear lines, and I could make my hair like strokes without this breaking. So I really like that. And also when I comb it in together, it just really helps to create a very seamless look. So I don't know, I may have to restock on this. I think this is definitely worth a repurchase. So we'll see as time goes on. And then afterwards, to more like further define my lines, I always go with my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. It's Balm, gives me definition, and just hits. It just does what it needs to do. But this isn't new part of my collection. She been here. Now I'm about to go in and clean my brows and prep for the part that I'm most excited about. Girl, tell me this ain't a match made in makeup heaven. Come on. Look at her, or them really. So if you watch my recent haul, you'll know I recently picked up the Subliminal Mothership. Girl, it was $68. Then I got a discount on top of that. So I know I got one of the last batches because it's not even sold at Sephora anymore. That's crazy. So I literally probably got the last one. So I'm blessed and I'm lucky. But yeah, so anyways, I bit the bullet and bought the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Moonlight palette, child. I was so intrigued by the denim matte blue in the palette. So I'm, usually more of a warmer neutral tone shadow type of gal, but I've been dabbling into cool tones lately. And so going into this look, yeah, I was like, yeah, this is super cool toned, but we're doing something different. I also really like this gray tone in the Makeup by Mario Moonlit palette because it's gray, but it gives like a undertone of blue, which is really pretty. So with the Pat McGrath palette, I went in with the matte gray just to see if it was comparable. And yeah, I quickly realized that the gray in the Pat McGrath palette is more of a true neutral tone type of gray. So I just, went ahead and put that down. And then I went back into the Makeup by Mario palette to try to, go back in with the blue gray and make the looks look even. So here I went in with two of the lighter gray tones just to kind of even out and buff out the edges of these shadows. But you can definitely see on the eye that I'm currently working on that it's a little bit deeper than the right one, but that's fine. That's what happens when you experiment. Okay, now I'm going in with the long awaited denim blue that intrigued me to this palette in the first place. I realized while watching this video that perhaps I should have went in and tapped in the blue first, in the location that I wanted it, in the outer corner of my eyes, and then blend it out. But I still wanted just a hint of that blue to help deepen the look, because they do have a black in this palette, but I didn't want it to go that deep. But I think that would be a beautiful dimension. But I wanted to just see what this blue could do. What this blue could do. And she did good. It was cute. So going into the Mothership, you know, I was debating because they have like this iridescent blue, but then they got the real blue. So I was like, which one I want to do, child? You know, weigh my options, and I just decided to go for it because I've just been the most excited to use that blue. So we went in with that blue using my fingertip. I really wish they had like a flat brush that mimics the application of your finger. If y'all know one, please comment down below and let me know so I could look into it. But I went in with the blue, and honestly, if I could be honest with y'all, afterwards I started to wish that I actually did go in with the other blue, but that's fine. So I went in with the Makeup by Ariel blush. I mean, not brush, but the Lord Jesus, I can't speak. The brush by Makeup by Ariel and Morphe. So I went in as that definer brush to go into the inner corners of the eye to apply that beautiful blue from the Moonlight, from the Subliminal palette. Then I went back in with that denim blue from the Makeup by Mario palette to help kind of blend those edges of where the shimmery blue or the metallic blue ends and the matte blue begins. So just kind of blended that out together. She's looking deep, you know, deep blue sea vibes. And then I went in with the lighter shades just to kind of buff out those edges again. So now I'm going in with that iridescent blue that I was first thinking of on top of the shimmer blue shade in my look. And I just love the way that Pat McGrath shadows just blend and play together so beautifully. Gives a whole nother dimension. Like, that's what Pat McGrath, you know, OG shadows does. It gives dimension to your look, to your eyes. Just really creates an experience. So really love the way that looks. For the sake of experimenting, I went in with this ethereal shade in the Makeup by Mario palette. It's like gray bluish hues, and it gives an extra dimension of sparkle on top of that other shade that I placed on prior to from the Pat McGrath. So it gives just a little bit more dimension and sparkle. Who don't like a little bit of sparkle in their eyes? So yeah. Now it's time to go to the base, and for the base I am using the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. I wear the shade Dark Deep 25N, as in neutral. So I have a full-on review coming of this foundation, but for the most part she is cute. She is full B. She not going nowhere. So really been enjoying this foundation, and I'll share with you guys the details soon. Now it's time to conceal. So this is new to my collection, and this is the Forever Skin Correct from Dior. This concealer is very hydrating, very creamy, and it definitely gives you a full coverage beat. I have my eyes on this, but let me tell y'all, we at my job, we get 50% off of Dior for a limited amount of time, child. So I stocked up. I got this one. I got one that I'll use right here as more of like a bronzer ish type of shade. That's the color 7N. Really love this. And then I got the other one. I got another concealer in 4WO, and that's more for like highlighting. But yeah, this concealer is just absolutely beautiful. Blends out like a dream. Like very easy, very seamless, very hydrating. Gives just the right amount of dimension and coverage. So yeah, I think the girlies are talking about this, but if they're not, that's fine. Because if you're not on it, you about to be. It is a beautiful concealer, if I do say so myself. Another thing that I noticed is that I kind of like the balance between these two base products. So the foundation is definitely give you more of like a matte, you know, full coverage. Still going in with full coverage concealer, but the concealer itself is very hydrating. So I believe it's just it really created a nice type of contrast on my skin, whereas not everything was just, you know, super matte, though it was full coverage, if you get what I'm saying. But do you just see how this just blends out? It's so creamy. It's beautiful. And if I didn't mention, the one that I'm using right now is my regular highlight under my eye, is the shade 4.5N. So now I'm going in with my blusher slash type of bronzer sorta. So this is from the Huda Beauty line. It's the blush filter in the Coco Loco shade. It is so pretty and it's so easy to blend out. Like, I'm not even gonna cut this clip just so you can see how easily, quickly, seamlessly this blends out. I really could have went in with like 2 or 3 layers to kind of build on it, but because I have such a bold eye look, I kind of wanted more of a muted like face, if that makes sense. So nothing to kind of really take away from the boldness of the eye, but I like this blush filter shade in Coco Loco. And so I'm going in and I'm just kind of blending out some of that concealer before I go in with my setting powder. It's the OG One Size setting powder in the color Sweet Honey. So for me, I like to go in to set my under eye first with a brush, and then I go in with any type of like beauty blender or a pad or something like that. For me personally, I think it helps to minimize creasing for me when I apply it that way. And I have been liking this new Sephora face little pad that I recently got. It helps to cover the conference of my face, but I tend to also go in with just a big fat fluffy brush to set my face. Now, this isn't a new makeup product that's been in my collection, but this is the All Hours Hyper Bronze from YSL. So this was in my recommendations video. So I was just trying to show y'all how it goes on. You know, I gotta slip the clip black. You know that Kevin Hart reference? Anyways, I have to make sure that I get close to my edges to really have a cohesive bronze look. Then I am going in with this Patrick Ta blush I recently got. in She's So LA. Now, let me know in the comments if I am gaslighting myself, because I was hesitant if this was going to show up on me, but I think it gives more of like a muted bronze, a muted warm look. So it's not super pigmented, but it just gives a warm diffused look. Let me know in the comments if you see what I'm seeing, or I need to return this. But I think it's a pretty blusher, but again, more natural, you know. Yeah. So this is also a new pickup for me, but I know it's been in a lot of y'all's makeup arsenal. But this is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette in the shade Universal. So remember I told y'all I got this for 50% off. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get that, because I've been eyeing it for a while. I love highlighter. I've never been over highlighter. I can't wait for a highlighter to be the thing again. But yeah, so went in and it created a beautiful look. And then, okay, so boom. You see this Tower 28 powder I'm going in with? That is the Get Set Balboa Banana Powder. And so I've seen people on TikTok comparing this to my one and only Charlotte Tilbury. And when I put this on, I was like, oh no ma'am. This is just not doing what it needs to do. I'm so sorry. Y'all really thought. Nah. So this is a little bit OD on the powder under my eye, but that's fine. But I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder just to kind of smooth out what I felt like was the harshness of what I had applied, but that kind of erased all the blush and all the work that I did before, so I had to go back and like reapply the blush and the highlight. But yeah, so that Tower 28 is going back, because I don't know what y'all was thinking. Y'all just really influenced me to get that powder, and it's not giving what it's supposed to give. I'm gonna give it one more try, and maybe just try it in my inner eyes to see, maybe just for brightening, like right in the inner eye. But yeah, outside of that, is a no for me. And then I got this Give Beauty 24-hour gel pencil in the color Line It Up a while ago, but I haven't used it. It's called Bathwater. So it was a blue, just like the shadow. So I felt like it was perfect to use. So I really felt like it brought the look together. And then this is the Dior Iconic Overcurl mascara. So I gotta try that one again, like when I don't have mascara on. I mean lashes on, just to really kind of see if it's giving what it's supposed to give. Now I'm going in with my setting sprays. The Morphe and the Urban Decay really helps to melt everything together, and just especially all that powder that I used. And then after I do that, then I'm going with the big boy, with the big guns, the One Size Until Dawn setting spray to lock her in. And that is my look. I added a lippy. I'll give the details in the video. I look forward to playing with more of these products newly added to my collection. But yes, Stushes, thanks for tuning in. And you know what I always tell you, stay bold, stay beautiful, stay Stush. Till next time, bye.